So, well, as I was saying, while you're hanging on the handrails on the bus, well, in my case, they already know what witchcraft they did to you, and it's like you're hanging with your two hands from the handrails, and you still feel that urge like grabbing what that person has in their hands. They already know that. That's why they made me leave without me knowing anything about it. So, um, something else I realized is like, uh, well, you're in our way to go to the US and we could get rid of you. Like, in this case, what happened with me having diabetes. I still can't believe this. Uh, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get sad. Yes, I never expected this to happen. I'm too young, and the doctor told me I'm too young for this to happen to me. So I have already said that several times. Eh, I'm not interested in the U.S. papers. There were people from Mexico, people here from Guatemala, not all people here in Guatemala, but they are coming. Let's say today I find a, a Mexican with specific characteristics, and then tomorrow I find a new one, and so on. And I'm not interested in any newspapers. I have already not talked about anything about it, about the Mexico-US border, and they're still messing with me. I'm not interested in newspapers. You didn't have the right to do whatever witchcraft you did to me to have diabetes. Hmm? So, worst thing is that sometimes it's women, sometimes it's men. Dude, if you want to go to the US, and if they want you there, what are you waiting for? If you're here in my country, it's because they don't want you there. Get it over and try to find a job or try to move ahead in life, to go ahead in life by your own means. Nobody has any responsibility or any obligation with you. So I don't know why you were coming to my country and try to mess with me. And actually, I found yesterday a video about people coming with humanitarian purposes visas. You, they're running away from what? I mean, you Mexicans found out everything about me in my country of origin while I was in Mexico. You tapped my cell phone, tapped my social media, found out everything about me. I mean, everything. What are you fleeing from in Mexico? You know it's true what I'm saying. So, I don't know what game they got me into. I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in having any US papers, as they told me in Tijuana. And it's not fair what you did to me. Having diabetes, I never thought it. So, I'm gonna continue reading what I was saying, and I will have to take advantage, like, from this audio. Just a second. So I could record the rest of what I wanted to say. just a second. We'll have to harness this audio to record in Spanish. Bueno, ya grabé el audio en español. Algo que me di cuenta, en la misma cuadra donde vivo hay una muchacha que resultó trabajando en call center. No me gusta estar estipulando, simplemente pues me di cuenta de que, como he escuchado que pasan diciendo enfrente de mi casa o cerca de mi casa, de que tienen un plan hecho para que no hable prácticamente. Hablaron algo de estarse tocando los pies cuando me atienden. Entonces, pues, ¿por qué hablo de esta muchacha? Porque por lo que me han mostrado, tienen 2 casas, tienen un negocio. Y según recordé, y antes de que me hicieran que me fuera de Guatemala, que el hermano de ella me ofreció droga, me dijo que quería fumar conmigo y ella apareció, eran como las 12 de la noche, 1 de la mañana, y me dijo que tuviera cuidado de ella porque me quería dejar sin nada. Pues ya pensando lo de los call centers y dándome cuenta que me han estado fastidiando con trabajo desde que regresé a Guatemala, van 4 años. Entonces creo que a eso era lo que él se refería. Entonces, pues eso no lo dije en los audios en español, pero quería decirlo también. Entonces, porque también hubo otra muchacha de la Betania que resultó trabajando en 2 call centers, es decir, de que lo que quieren es irse a Estados Unidos, quieren todo, quieren casas, quieren irse a Estados Unidos, quieren los call centers. No lo había dicho en español, pero ya lo dije en el audio anterior. Entonces, bueno, quiero seguir con lo que había escrito en inglés, so I want to switch back in English. Switch back to English because I'm running out of battery. I don't have enough power my cell phone. So I realized, okay, I remember a man who supposedly had worked there for several years in the place I'm talking about. It was like 14 years ago. I just came to realize right now. And he acted like he was one of the favorite workers for that place. But with other he used to be like kind of mean, like you're not good enough for this job position. But with other co-workers, he even acted humble is the word. He acted humble, like he had charisma and everybody loved him because he was humble. But with me, he used to act like I wasn't good enough for that job position. So, I remember he asked me, were you born here in Guatemala City? I don't know why he asked me that. I realized he wasn't Guatemalan when I returned to Guatemala because his ethnicity was more similar to the people I saw in Mexico, and in Guatemala I never saw anyone who physically resembled him. In fact, even when speaking, he tried to make it seem like he was indigenous, omitting some words like someone who doesn't speak Spanish well. I don't know if that word came is taken as the game. I realized at the Mexico-US border, where the word is translated into several languages until it means something in English. Palabra, parole in Italian, parole or parole, as is known in Spanish or English, like asylum, parole. They want to take it away. They want to take away your chance of being petitioned. Because I have already found indigenous people like me don't speak good Spanish even if I was born in Guatemala. But out of nowhere, I secretly showed up. Like they didn't realize that I was there. They were actually speaking good Spanish. So I don't know what they were trying to say with that, but that's the truth. So they even acted as if you were useless, as if I was useless for that job, or that I was redundant in the group. So like I shouldn't be in that team, workers team. They also acted as if any new co-worker, because I remember they received someone else, and they were like, "Hey, you gonna take lunch? Come, take a seat with me." But they never did that with me. So that's how I proved they have been messing with me even before they forced me to leave Guatemala. So I'm not giving bad comments about Guatemala. I'm telling the truth. See, so they even try to make you feel bad in that area in your life. Like, you see, not even the people in the place where you work at want you. But you grew up that way. It's hard for you to tell if it's because you are arrogant. But it's not like arrogant, like you try to be better than anyone else. They say arrogant because you have relatives in the US, they already know it, but they don't let you know that they know it. That's why they say you're arrogant. You think you're better than anyone else. And now I understand why they used to act as what? No, excuse me, no. And they used to talk that way. And I came to understand it after being undocumented outside my country and coming back. You see? So, and there have been people showing up here using the green color and dressed up as Wonder Woman. Stupid people. I shouldn't be saying that in an audio, but stupid people. Believe me, I'm tired of the situation. That's why I don't speak. I don't stop talking because I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know how they know who I am, but I don't know them. Maybe that's why they say I'm giving bad comments about Guatemala, but they are acting stupidly. I don't know them. I don't think that they would be feeling good if I dress up in a way that I could make someone feel offended or feel like I'm trying to mess with them and show up and try to call their attention. Taking into account that they don't know me, they have never seen me before. That's something stupid. You know? Well, I think everybody agrees about it. So, going back to what I was saying, they do all of this because behaving this way, trying to make you feel like you didn't fit in. Yeah, because they know that you're gonna have a better job, a best paid job, and they're gonna do witchcraft to you. They are gonna try to convince you that it's your choice to get drunk because you feel alone and you feel rejected. Hmm? So, uh, even if you start having alcoholism problems out of nowhere, then they talk about how they found someone who does that, this witchcraft, and they talk how many years it is going to last. I have already talked about it. The worst part about this thing I'm talking, women dressed up as a Wonder Woman and all that stuff. Uh, they do that when you're at work. Not only, not only women, men too. Don't know why they do it. I don't care. The thing is, I don't know you. If you think you have an opinion, go to the US Embassy. If you're still in Guatemala, it's because they don't want you in the US. So I don't know why you're messing with me. I'm not Immigracion, I'm not ICE. So don't know why you're doing that. You're messing with me, and then you say you shouldn't be letting him get a job because he's giving bad comments about Guatemala. I'm not giving bad comments. It's stupid what you are doing. And I'm pointing it out because I don't like it. I don't know you. Are you crazy? You're an unknown person for me. I've never seen you before. I don't know you anything. So why should you be messing with me? Okay, switching back to going back to what I was saying. There are among the people you find involved in these vices, in this alcoholism or drug addiction behaviors, there are some people who are Mexican. But you don't know because you, as Guatemalan, haven't been abroad. You haven't been in Mexico. But you come to realize once you were in Mexico, they are watching the migrant relative who they got into alcoholism or in drug addiction. That's something else. I remember when I was a child, there were people who even went to talk to my parents. They were clearly in drugs or having problems with alcoholism, and I didn't remember them. It was like one day I never saw them again. This man involved in alcoholism or drugs. And when I came back to Guatemala, I found it. They were always keeping an eye on it. The thing is that they get you into all these situations, and they are all like gonna say, "Yeah, I saw him drunk. I saw him doing drugs," but they never say, "You know what? They did witchcraft to him, and that's why he is getting drunk. That's why he used to do drugs because when he was a child, he didn't behave that way. It's not the way he was raised." They were gonna say only what they saw. So They do this because later, when they force you to leave Guatemala, for example, they find out everything about you. So that when they threatened to kill you in Tijuana, even if you're not looking for trouble and are actually a refugee, if you're not looking for trouble and you're actually a refugee. Yeah. So, just a second, I want to check for a minute. Okay. They also do it when you're in Mexico, because of that game with Immigracion. When they don't let you stay in Tijuana or California, you have to return to Guatemala, and you end up finding Mexicans everywhere you go in Guatemala, who are supposedly investigating you for the second time when they have already told you that they know everything, and they tell you everything they find out about you when they make threats of death to you in Tijuana. So why aren't they coming for a second time to investigate you? Actually, the thing is that they they rejected your status as a refugee in Tijuana. So why they should be coming to your country? They're only coming to mess with you. You see? So uh, even if you didn't do anything wrong, it's like you're here and out of nowhere. Yeah, we already know everything about him. Yeah, his first name, his last name, his date of birth. His family information. We tapped his cell phone. We tapped his social media. Yeah. So they start telling you everything about you, and then we're gonna set him and stuff like that. So you're actually making threats of death to you. And to still come to your country trying to mess with you as if they didn't do anything to you in Tijuana, and trying to justify those threats of death in Tijuana like they did that so that they can't do you no harm in your country of origin. So it's unbelievable, but it's the truth. So, todavía vienen a justificar las amenazas de muerte en Tijuana a tu país de origen, tratando de meterse, de fastidiarte, tratando de decirte que te amenazaron de muerte en Tijuana, aunque no estuvieras buscando problemas, para que no te hicieran nada en tu país de origen, aunque no anduvieras buscando problemas. Vinieron ahorita dos extranjeros, un momento, y después se ponen a hablar. Yeah, two foreigners came here to the place I'm right now, so I am at right now. So just a second, because sometimes they start speaking like tracking down the recording, like I said that. I remember I said that guy. I hate it because they already know who I am, and they're acting like I didn't know he was talking about this. And as I already said in a previous audio, they were like acting. I found people. That's something else I have to say. I found people recording a video of me. Just a second. The lady who was talking, she looks physically like one of my neighbors in my neighborhood. Seems like the lady who looks physically like her was talking, but now she can't talk anything about it. So I found people. One from Guatemala, and I don't remember, one or two from Mexico. No, it was one from Guatemala, one from Mexico, and one from the United States. Yeah, this guy from the United States, he was with his wife and his child, and he started saying, this is the guy why some people are going to, this is the guy why some people are not gonna have their asylum. He was pretending to record someone who was doing some stuff. Just a second. He pretended to record a guy who was juggling at the traffic lights, and I realized that he was recording me. He was filming me, and I said, uh, well, I can't believe we found these dobladas. Dobladas, it's like a tortilla with a grounded meat, like a taco but fried. And I said this because I realized he was recording me. I hope my friend Gringo, besides of recording me, he's going to invite me for some dobladas. And he stopped recording. So, if I'd be doing that, let's switch roles. If I'd be doing that, if I'd be doing that in the United States, I think he would be doing, you see, they were doing noises on purpose. So if I'd be doing that in the United States, he'd be calling his liar or anything like that. You see, so and when I was checking something in a thrifty shop, there was an old man. He looked Mexican. He was trying on some clothes, and I realized one of the employees was recording me. So they wanted to act like we finally found who's talking all this thing about Guatemala. That's why I'm telling the truth, because I thought you'd be doing something like that. And according to what I've just heard a few days ago, they have been finding out everything about what I've been saying, and they already said it. It's true, everything what he's saying. Of course, it's true. Otherwise, I wouldn't be recording this. And they stayed here.